Hello people, it's me, Libluini, and CCP is back with Dominion 6 and me, of course. And did you know, CCP is planning to make a new game? Yes. And of course they're trying to making a new shooter, Eve Vanguard. Yes, so we get to see CCP fail again 2 times in a row this year, because Eve Vanguard is, in my honest opinion, shit. And I have very low hopes that this next game will fare better. Yeah, it seems CCP is the kind of company that can just do one thing, and not even that one right, if I'm listening to EVE Online players. Sorry, Hilmar Weiger Pettersson, I guess you will be the EVE Online guy forever now. Oh, and we finally got our Astral Games from Pythium, so that's one rocky trade finally completed. So we managed to make 3, 6, 9, 12 of those icky Corsmans this turn. Our searchers still find no magic sites. Then we saw Ulm attacking Rettiheim with some rangers and Zweihanders. Now let's take a look here. Because we... I think I missed a big battle yesterday or something. But anyway, Zweihanders. They can't really hit that well, but 11 is still more than average, and the heavy plate mail makes it hard to kill them with normal means. Magic resistance, however, yeah. Moral, good enough I suppose, but the encumbrance is terrifyingly high of course, because full plate armor and a big sword weigh a lot. But yeah, if they hit you, you will gonna hate it. And the sword is long enough that there are not many weapons that can repel them. Well, they're good units. And of course primarily offensive units. If they have to fight someone who can defend, they're going to take losses. And of course the rangers. Kind of squishy. And the attack and defense skills are kind of eh. They have an axe that can do some damage if it hits, and a crossbow. But earlier ages of Ulm had better long-range units in my opinion. But still, stealthy crossbowmen are a force to be reckoned with. So I kind of have to smile at the idea of my stupid crows just ignoring the dumb crossbows and landing right in front of them. And then their better stats would mean a lot of stabbed rangers in the future. And that was a fast battle. Horse tribe cavalries. Oh man, those guys must have rooted almost immediately. Didn't even take as many losses. But of course this doesn't really match up. They killed 13 and here they killed 7 plus 2? 7 were killed and 2 lost their mounts. So even if I'm counting the horses, it's about 9? Yeah, sometimes this is a bit weird. I'm guessing it could be that the game counts some unit where both horses and rider die as double kill, and only mentions something else if only the horse dies. Some kind of reverse speciesism where the mounts aren't really counted as people or something, I don't know. And Dominion's math is kind of odd sometimes. Then we had something in the Godstomp Mountains. More games for us. Jelenic Gora. Population is gone and death +1 thanks to famine. Oh great. Troll Canyons. We got some games. But the games are of course going to someone else because we're not really owning the province. I'm guessing the way Dominions works, I have to imagine someone sneaked out of the castle real fast and collected the gems before we could get to them. There was a worldwide event, an arena battle, a deathmatch. Spellcasting is not allowed. Very important, because everyone gets magically made to wear a slave collar that makes it impossible to perform magic. So you better not send a mage, because you don't get to take that collar off again. And then we lost a scout in the light hills of Fatara. Yeah. Some cute units here. The Vanara, the basic infantry. They are 8-man with some medium protection. and really low on magic resistance. But well, they have shields and a buckler, so as long as they don't have to fight something that has resistance to blunt damage, they're not too bad. Their moral, of course, is terrifyingly low, so they're probably not going to stay long in major battles. The Marcatos are tiny apes that throw sticks and stones. Range is terrifyingly low, and they do not much damage, and of course their moral is even lower. If they get hit by anything, weapon or magic spell, they're immediately dead. And as soon as they start dying, they will start running away. They are of course fairly cheap. An uncontrolled mob that's raging across the battlefield can be a nice interference. Then a single Banda warrior. They're the bigger apes with better stats, but magic resistance is still fairly low, I think. But at least they're brave enough to not immediately run away. Then Atavi, another type of ape man, or intelligent apes probably, I have no idea if they count as human, adjacent. So, they have a dagger, they are stealthy, but main reserve that their shortbow has some nice range on it. And they can fight a little bit if they get caught. You shouldn't let them fight, of course, with the protection they have. Each good hit will kill them. And they have the same problem as many of those Patalion units. That means that as soon as they take losses, you can expect them to run away as fast as they can. Then we have a commander with high moral and good leadership. And an Atavi chieftain. Yeah, okay, their leadership isn't really that good. But he is stealthy, so he can be really extra annoying carrying stealthy apes around. You have to be careful about this. You don't want to play the Great Ape Escape in reverse if they suddenly show up everywhere. And then Troll Canyon. We are now at the walls are lightly damaged. Yeah, getting a castle down needs some units. And as far as I can see, Raga is still fighting off. Wait, is this TNG? Is this a double invasion now? Well, Andramania is still going strongly. They have a big army, but TNG has shown up, so I guess Andramania isn't just fighting one enemy, but two by now. It's interesting. And Raga on the other side is still fighting Agatha. There is no Agatha army. 15 units is not that much, but there are of course idiots riding on big cave drakes, so that's a force to be reckoned with, I guess. This is confusing, I say. Agatha is fighting Raga, Andramania is fighting Raga. TNG is apparently right next to Andramania, and I guess involved in this somehow. Probably not on the side of Andramania, because helping your ally by showing up right next to your capital is a bit odd. Oh, this is Feminia, but they are mixed in here, red and red. Perfect for my stupid eyes. And they're also right next to Andramania, so I guess even with Raga being distracted, that's at least two more nations fighting Andramania, and this is good, because I really don't want to see those 280 units going to us. Nope. I'm hoping Andramania is busy over there. And we have some reinforcements here. Even elephants. Oh, yeah. Cute. I have to remember to keep them in the back row if we do the final attack, since they can't fly and are therefore not really useful in a siege battle. Yeah, mammoths are good because they give lots of siege strength and help with the breaking up and shit, but on the other hand, you really don't want to get them clogged in the breach you made. But we can put these idiots in front to catch arrows for us. And of course, all of our flying units can easily fuck up a fort defense if there aren't too many real defenders. So now we... wait. Nearly forgot. I wanted to snipe Ozenza as long as it's flying the Andramania flag, and I can just pretend like this is always has been like this. Let's give a new scout over here so I can ping the fawn if I need to. This guy is now completely unneeded, but I need some eyes around me. Let's see, you can go over here because I have a hampering that it's not really a independent province anymore. Here our shit continues to pile up. Just now has something approaching a real army, just very low unit count. Yeah, things start going on. Harab Seraphs are showing up now slowly. Yeah, slowly we're going to have the units possible. And this is of course funny. Yes, I remember now. Suddenly I remember I wanted to use him a bit to search for magic sites, brute forcing, as I like to call it, because we really need more than just 2. That's not enough air games, my friends. So, like I wanted... Oh, auto search. Oh, fuck, he is an... Okay, this ruins my plans, because now I don't need someone to search for. We don't really need any holy sites, I don't think so. Oh no, that's something stupid. How much money do I have? Well, equals you have right of way because your shit takes longer. So, well, I guess you can preach. You are a strong priestess on level 2. So you can help getting enemy belief systems out of the way, and then next turn we can continue with building the buildings we need here. How long do you need, by the way? Oh, well, the first level up is done. And we are getting Harab Seraphs and some combined units here. Yeah, probably need some real leader over there. Well, more research is of course good, but I really need some kind of storm general here. No commander points here. Okay. And I can start getting some raven guards. Well, no, I can't actually. But I can reduce those units and then sneak some in. It's not much, but this way I can very slowly upgrade my Raven Lord to another stealth battler. Here I don't have a Raven Lord, but of course I don't want to... I have to be careful with Patada and what they are doing until I'm ready there. We can see a bit more over here, and we still see that Vettiheim is a bit bigger than I thought at first. I still can't see the capital, so the war continues over there. There's also fighting over here. Let's take a look what's in the Light Hills going on. So the question is, do I have some kind of idiot I can send in to do something? Or I can still cast course fuckery for a while. We now have our second super mage, and this one was a bit of a disappointment. He has the obligatory 2 air and 2 death, but instead of getting any bonus air or death, he just got another path. Boring! At least with level 2 death, he's still strong enough to be undeadified if necessary. Well, we have 30 death games. What's our research, by the way? Death, Thriceborn. Oh, I can use it already. So let's safeguard our main mage, because level 4 death this early is kind of neat. And we are now taking away 10 gems. 10 gems for size 3, and then it goes up by 5 per size. So you can take a living size 10 monstrum and turn it undead, but it will be very costly if you start at size 3 and then go up 7 times, each time costing 5 gems more. It is a lot. Also, I think this means size 2 should be... Wait, is it exactly like this? Because I think in the other direction the math doesn't really go up, because you would hit 210 at level 1. Doesn't affect demons or undead. Yeah, makes sense. Doesn't affect inanimate beings because they are not alive. Doesn't affect illusions or spirit forms because they are either not alive or not real. Cannot be cast by plant beings. Yeah, I think the most plant beings are technically undead already, so this is a spell that turns a necromancer and someone who will, upon death, immediately turn into a white mage, an undead creature of the night. And he even gets a chance to improve his death power. So this level 3 death mage might be turning into a level 4 death mage, which will then, thanks to his skull staff, turn into level 5. If we are smart enough to unequip all his shit before he dies. Because clearly if he dies on the battlefield, yeah, and the items will be lost and have to be reforged. Nope, it seems that I was wrong. It only gets stronger in one direction, but in the other, but there is nothing making the spell cheaper in the other direction. I guess if you want to, if you have somehow a little size 1 cricket or something, a cricket commander, you can use this spell and it costs the full 10 gems, I guess. Well, this one is now saved and we have more monstrosities piling up here now. First, of course, we are getting our army upgrades here. Yeah, I have to look a couple times to make sure I didn't accidentally... Oh, fuck. Holy shit, I'm stupid. I have to look at the wings, I guess. I'm lucky that the Storm Guards and my Iras have different colored wings, or I would be so double fucked here. My Mammoth army is still growing. More importantly, I get more Sacreds. And then we go to our friend who is now turning himself into more of a menace. And now we have 18 of these guys. It's still only the beginnings, but this is already 18. Skirmish formation, because we want, of course, to cover as much ground with these guys as possible. And we want enemy units to penetrate their lines so they can get... more shit into this to, you know, so they can touch more of them at the same as much as possible, getting blasted by charges all the time. And the -1 moral for the special formation is completely irrelevant to a mindless unit anyway. So let's see, for a couple turns I will start piling them up, because as far as I'm concerned, if we have a full 100 or something, that's only the beginning, but until we actually get some stupid air sites, not gonna happen. Our plans are kind of fucked then. And oh, retreat and I should probably put someone here to ping that drone if I need to. This guy, let's see if I can take a look at what is going on in Andromeda itself. While this guy is slow walking here, I can drive the blackness away again. Yeah, let's go to the west. So, there's of course this drone here. I think he's still in the head of Raga. You just don't have any information there. And then next turn we'll see if we can take a sensor without anyone noticing, and then we'll reinforcing our troops on Troll Canyons. We can take this castle faster. Here the upgrades are going. And yeah, my Raven Lord, huh? Huh. I guess I can do the same thing here and add... Oh, I even have something left here. Oh. Let's see. Storm guards are the better units, but they also have immense amount... Can I... Nope. But if I take one of the arrows and then... Yeah, I can squeeze another one. So, now our hiding Raven Lord here will also be slowly being reinforced with stealthy units. And here we are only recruiting stealthy units. So this means 1, 2, 3, 4, I think, and no one here. Should rectify this. Oh, I'm not even recruiting someone, so let's recruit a Raven Lord here. Because why not? And this and some basic. I could recruit more, yes, but I probably need more money next turn for the Herald Elders. And I still have to... Oh, I can... Oh, nope, not enough recruitment points for a final one here. Should I? I need recruitment points 27 and 21. I could... Yeah, why not? An Earthbound is worth more than the Storm Guard. So let's do it like this. Of course, next turn we'll need another sacred point for the next Herald Elder in the line. So that's the basic shit done. We're still trying to vulture away Andromania while Andromania is fighting for its life. Taking a careful look at our southern border because of the many wars going on. We're looking at what Vettiheim is doing over there. There's some weird connections here. Let's go to the west. East. I am the stupidest motherfucker sometimes. Let's see. Hunters and Rangers and members of the second tier. So someone is going astral here. And blood possibly. A huge scorpion beast. And the Vampire Queen, that's the Pretender Goddess. We might have to do something eventually. The good thing is if I can take and hold Troll Canyons in Osense, then our borders have moved far enough away from Caelum that I possibly can change targets. South, well, there are many fortresses someone has to fight through, and the awkwardly parked mountains also make access to my underbelly a bit hard. Someone would have to come directly from the south. So that's one point of contention. And there's this awkward open field in the northeast where Vettiheim and Ulm are fighting. I'll take a note for the weekend when I have more time. Maybe if I could talk with Vettiheim, maybe they'd appreciate help. Right now, of course, I'm fucking committed until this eternal siege is over. If I had a cave, I could get some grubs or something. Undead aren't really that good at sieging, I think, because they don't really count at full strength, but 271 from our 129 units. Yeah, a lot of this is, of course, mammoths. And these constructs, they might be not as good as real people, but since they're bigger than normal people, that counts a lot more. What's really terrible is animals. Animals, oh yeah, you need a lot of them before they start counting a lot to the entire siege strength. Can I? Can I? Oh, sad. And now you can do something with an army under march. Yeah, no. I keep forgetting they're fucking slow. And now I have to switch back to skirmish and positioning them. So I should relieve my fingers off these guys. Just wanted to see if I could untangle their siege strength. But apparently this trick I already did one time. Only really works if your army is sieging someone. Like here, for example. Can I do this here? Currently, sieging units have 125. Okay. The fuck? I know there's a way to make it so your units can't enemy archers, why not? Can't apply their Okay. I have to think about this later. Because I'm fucking sure that you can do it so your siege strength and your total siege strength can be different. But apparently just putting your units into storage doesn't really help, they're still applying to the siege. Oh, I'm fucking stupid, of course. The way to do this is to give them another order. Like, I can of course do anything here, but if I do this, for example, then my siege strength is now 77 because this block of sacreds is moving off. And if I go back to maintain siege, it's back to full strength here, as you'll see below. Yeah, of course I can't do this if my troops are sitting inside the fortress. I would have to... Fuck, can I do this? If I move them off? No, it doesn't work like this, sadly. So now I have to do this again. Twice spawning. Twice spawning. So... our income is fucking dire. No wonder that my plan is to recruit lots of units one way or another. Well, there is really no one here, so Gauri doesn't really need to patrol, I think. So let's set him back to defend for now. But if I see anyone creeping up again, I probably have to set him back to patrol around. Those guys with swords, of course, are for holding the line. Those are for... Well, they're essentially better raptors, so I'm setting them up there. Yeah, still in summer. And Troll Canyons are still fucking hot. Of course, there is something I can do. I can set my prophet to preach, because I used a Raven Lord who is not good enough a troop leader to justify giving him a huge army of his own if there are better leaders around. So this means our siege strength is still 119. Yeah, I guess the prophet counts for more than a normal mortal man. So disabling these three guys already put the 6 points down. But that's something we can deal with. And now we have a level 3 priest preaching down the enemy dominion here and preaching our dominion up, which of course will make things colder faster. Our auto searchers are still walking around, and we are abusing our god as a searcher now. But yeah, that's already everything I can squeeze out. Research continues apace. We're recruiting more and more mages each turn, and our castles are growing in a way. I have to, of course, circle around later after the last lab and temple are finished and start upgrading the more important castles one after another. Polgrave can be made into a real castle, for example. Troll Canyons luckily is a castle again. Then I want to have Jelenia Gora to be a real castle, since it's closest to Patala. This makes me nervous. Faircliff is kind of out there, but it should at least be a fortress, and then let's see what I do. Millgate, I don't know if it needs to be a castle. Probably reprioritize after Polgrave and Jelenia are castled up. Because then I have 1, 2, 3 castles and 2 fortresses. And Caelum is a citadel. That's even one level above this shit. Let's see if I upgrade one of the castles. Probably Polgrave, because sieging a citadel is fucking nerve-wracking if you come unprepared. It would help us a lot. So anyway, that's all I can do this turn. So let's see what the future will bring to us Caelumites. I'm CCP from EVE Online, and I'm checking out. Goodbye.